Hi writers, Miss Huber here. As we work on stretching ourselves as writers, I want to remind you that your reading is still super important because reading also leads to interesting writing. Today, I want to teach you about something called fan fiction. You may have heard of it, but if not, it's when a writer, usually a really big fan of something, uses the text that they really love to inform and get ideas for their own writing. Maybe as they write fan fiction, they create an extension of a story that already exists. Maybe they write new scenes that actually could have been in the original story but weren't. And maybe, this is my favorite, they rewrite an original scene to make it go the way they wanted it to. There are tons of fan fiction sites online, from Star Trek to Harry Potter. If readers love it, there's probably a site for it. So I know that we have a lot of Warrior Cat fans, and so I found this little bit of fan fiction about Warrior Cats. And when I read this, I looked at what did this author of this fan fiction do, and it looks like they started out with a question. Warrior Cat what ifs? What if Blue Star didn't give up her kids? What if Appledusk stayed with Mapleshade? What if Stonefur stayed alive? Well, these are really good questions. And after this author came up with these what if questions, they turned it into a narrative. What if Ivypool was one of the three? Starts like this. Ivypaw pricked up her ears to listen for the soft sound of the forest. She heard a mouse scuffle its tiny feet beneath the bush. Dropping into a hunting crouch, she snuck up on her prey. The unsuspecting mouse was nibbling on a berry. She pounced before the mouse could utter a cry. Unburying the rest of her prey, she hurried back to the others. That was a great catch, Ivypaw. The mouse never saw you coming, Whitewing complimented. So writers, did you see what they did? This writer started out by asking a bunch of questions. And they answered their questions, but they weren't willing to leave their writing at that. They answered those questions and turned it into a story, a narrative of how that scene and those what ifs might have gone. So here's what we're going to do today. In your notebook, I want you to take some time and brainstorm some fan fiction. By the way, maybe you don't want to write about a book. Doesn't have to. Maybe you'll write a fan fiction about your favorite movie or TV show or video game. And it doesn't even have to be your favorite. It could just be something that's kind of interesting to you recently. For example, this weekend I watched Encanto. And I have to admit, to get these ideas, I did have to go back and rewatch parts of it. But this is what I was thinking. I was thinking I could write something about Bruno. Maybe I would write the Bruno years. All the stuff we didn't talk about. Maybe like digging secret passages in the casita. He had to get around somewhere. How did those passages get there? Or maybe I just want to tell the story. I just want to be a good to write the stories, some stories about Isabella, and she was by far my favorite one to think about because I had all these great ideas, I think. The perfect man for me, not Mariano Guzman, aka 5 kids is too many for me. What would have happened if Isabella would have married Mariano? Babies everywhere. Dolores and me, the big fight. Because, So writers, right now, I would like you to get out your notebook. Make a page, or maybe a couple pages, for some fan fiction ideas. List as many as you can. Maybe you'll even give it back to the book or the original document. Do some research and write more ideas. See how many you can get. See you later. Bye.